Travel along, Catholic pilgrims, as we learn from St. Augustine, Doctor of the Church, while we read his book, Confessions. Welcome, Catholic pilgrims. Thank you for joining me today. We have another short reading on the temptation to be self-complacent. Please open to page 248 to read from Book 10, Chapter 39. Deep in our inner selves, there is another evil, the outcome of the same kind of temptation. This is self-complacency, the vanity of those who are pleased with themselves, although they fail to please others or have no wish to do so, and even actively displease them. But though they are pleasing to themselves, they are gravely displeasing to you, because they congratulate themselves not only upon qualities which are not good, as though they were good, but also upon good qualities received from you, as though they were their own gifts to themselves. Or else they recognize them as yours, but claim them for their own merits. Or again, they know that they have received them by your grace alone, but still they grudge your grace to others and will not rejoice in it with them. You see how my heart trembles and strains in the midst of all these perils and others of a like kind? It is not as though I do not suffer wounds, but I feel rather that you heal them over and over again. One of the reasons that I love the saints so much is because they never look at themselves and say, yes, I've made it. I'm good to go. They don't brag about their piety. They don't excuse themselves in any way. And they don't feel like they are ever just good enough. This isn't to say that they hate themselves or let heavy burdens bog them down. No, they recognize that there is always work that they can do to make themselves and the church better, and they do it with the understanding that God's grace will help them do wonderful things. For love of Jesus, they want to do more and more, be better and better, and love more and more all the time. And they want to just almost exhaust themselves until the very end. Now, I contrast the saints with two different groups of people that I find in the church. The first are those people that think they are living the Catholic faith in the most upright, traditional manner. They have the refined way of practicing the faith, and those that don't practice just like them don't love Jesus like they do. They are very, as St. Augustine says, pleased with themselves. Where they are self-complacent is that they tend to believe that as long as they follow a certain set of rules, they are doing just fine. The other group are those that live the Catholic faith loosely. They just kind of pick and choose what to follow. They don't really want to upset anybody. They encourage laxity because, hey, Jesus just loves us all. Isn't that cool? They practice the faith by their loose interpretation of it. And they are very pleased with themselves. They are self-complacent in that the effort that they put forth is nearly none. Because, in their minds, Jesus didn't like the Pharisees, and any strictness or piety in their eyes is seen as being like a Pharisee. Now, I tend towards the first group because I'm kind of a traditional-minded person in all phases of my life. But as I've watched these two groups comment online on my pages, I just really don't want any part of either one of them. I want to be a saint. I want to joyfully work every day to live my faith in Christ, bring it to others, work on myself, and work to help our Holy Mother Church as best as I can. I am most definitely not perfect at it, but that's what I strive for. And I know I will have to work on this for the rest of my life, and God, please help me to do so. There is never a time to be self-complacent, Catholic pilgrims. For love of God, may we always strive to be more like Jesus. That is all for today. I will see you here tomorrow, and until then, live the faith boldly and travel well.